welcome back. So yes, our second part of travels around New Zealand, and I have to apologise for my lack of Maori pronunciation. As I sight read, and I don't know, I've never been to New Zealand, we get all sorts really. So Alan has been in touch and he loved the first part and has given me the thumbs up to go ahead, and we were just arriving in Wellington. So Wellington is the capital of New Zealand and sits at the southern end of North Island. We spent a couple of days here before crossing to South Island and had time to explore this colourful, compact and diverse city. It has a lot to commend it, and we particularly enjoyed strolling along the promenade and visiting the Museum of New Zealand Te Papa Tongariro, particularly the Gallipoli exhibition. Hope I got that right. But have a laugh at me anyway, we could all do with a bit of a laugh. It's middle winter here in England, so Eastbourne is actually the warmest place I've ever lived in England, so I can't complain. But yeah, it can be cooler here in middle of December. So it's nice to read about a hot country. I feel as though I'm vicariously living through Sue and Alan here. And Alan spent 6 months, another 6 months touring on that same motor caravan that was pictured in one of the earlier there we go, and I think he went back about 3 times, all in all sort of doing 6 months and then another 6 months and another 6 months. So good on him, he really knows the area. So back to Sue's poetry and her a wonderful book. Wellington's known as the Windy City, but on the whole it's rather pretty. Town centre buildings of variety and colour make surrounding cities seem duller. A waterfront and working port, iconic red trams provide transport. Botanic gardens with beautiful flowers open during daylight hours. Galleries and museums to explore, Maori culture and so much more. A capital city that's very compact, always busy but not jam-packed. Shops and restaurants, lots of bars, and dare I say it, too many cars. So take your time and walk around, enjoy the sights that abound. A promenade and sandy beaches, sit and feast on ripened peaches. Take time, relax, soak up the sun, reflect upon it when day is done. There's just some lovely pictures there that Sue and Alan would have taken before we go on to 6 Mile Walk. Beautiful picture there. The walk starts a few kilometres out of Murchison on 6 Mile Lane. The track climbs up beside the ruins of an old water race, long since fallen into disuse. It winds its way through dense, dark, damp and untamed forest. Bird songs abound, although the birds themselves are difficult to spot. The area is punctuated by many small streams and leads to a large river and waterfall at its highest point before looping back to the start. We walked through ancient forest amid the writhing serpents of tree roots, stepping carefully over the tangled mass of ferns and forest at our feet. Tree barks blackened as though by fire stretch effortlessly upward, searching for light, while streams of undulating water free-wheeled carelessly downhill. Birdsong thronged the air with calls and cries, but the birds themselves remain hidden in the twisted and knotted canopy above our heads which excludes the sun. It is dark and damp, yet enchanting a place, where the trees are constantly perspiring and small unseen creatures rustle in the undergrowth, foraging for food or escaping their predators. Every now and again through the forest we can glimpse the world beyond, where the light shines, grass glows green, and contented animals feed their hunger. Eventually we complete our 6 Mile Walk, stepping carefully as we return to the world of shining light and warmth, refreshed, restored, and ready for tea. That could be a cup of tea because they are English. And look at the beautiful canopy there. This is quite incredible that the whole book has, been put together by Sue. Hokitika Beach Walk. We parked up along the seafront and took a long, slow walk in the sunshine. Finally, sunshine. Although there were a number of people about, it was still relatively quiet and early in the season. We just felt the peace of this place, looking out to sea and just walking quietly hand in hand. At one spot on the beach sat a large timber boat which had been concreted into place, accessed by a gangplank to provide a picture spot. Just to sit here and stare out to sea in the stillness in the late afternoon was mesmerising. And I think it's in reverse as I look at it, but it does spell out Hokitika. I hope I said that right. Shimmering horizons of liquid blue, waters of every shade and hue, unblemished skies with light so true. Hand in hand I walk with you. We do not talk, no need for speech, listening to the trills and screech of birds quarrelling on the beach, so close but always out of reach. Despite all this, there is a stillness, born of longing and of oneness, fashioned by our intimate closeness, engulfed by joy and happiness. Lost in this precious moment of time, we feel triumphant and sublime. I am yours, and you are mine, as we join our hearts in rhyme. And I think that's just gorgeous. Look at that beach. True contentment there. And the old ghost road in Lisle, the cycling and walking track, was dreamt up in 2011, but only completed and opened in 2016. Sue tells us a long-forgotten gold miners' road had been revived as a mountain biking and tramping trail connecting the old Dray Road in the Lisle Upper Buller Gorge to the mighty Mokihinui River in the north. The 85 kilometres long Old Ghost Road traverses majestic native forest, open tussock tops, river flats and forgotten valleys. We only walked along it as far as the Croesus Battery, an old gold mining site, and then returned the same way, playing poo sticks at one of the bridges, watching as our sticks got caught in a serious eddy, and they just went round and round. I've got some beautiful pictures there to go with this next poem. So I like the way she does the intro as well, and then that just sort of leads me into wanting to read the poem out loud, really. We walked across the swing bridge and surveyed the waters below. We followed the walking track upwards along the old ghost road. The path beneath our feet was littered with fallen leaves, glowing orange and gold in the sunlight that shimmered through the canopy above. The sound of trickling water as it steeps through the porous rock and journeys down the hillside on its never-ending voyage. And while bird calls pierce the air, and we stop to look and listen, but catch only a fleeting glimpse of a flurrying, fleeting fantail. We pass along a long-neglected site of Reedon's Hotel and boarding house, but the forest has erased all evidence save for a sign that marks the place. Another swing bridge confronts us. Bathed in the most glorious light, we peer down into the river below. As it carves its way through the gorge, waters gush and swirl and eddy as we drop our poo sticks in and observe them caught and spun like dogs chasing their tails, having fun. We reach the Croesus Battery, a neglected gold mining spot, wondering at the allure of gold that inspired so many brave men. Fallen limbs covered in soft green velvet lie strewn along the path, all that is left of the once majestic trees that first inhabited this place. So we returned along the track, lulled by the presence of this place, bewitched, beguiled with all its beauty and the magic of this magnificent forest. The old ghost road. And I think we'll stop it there, as we're on to Lake Pearson next time. And what a beautiful journey we've been on. So thank you for coming back and enjoying the walk, poetry and prose with me, and the lovely story that comes with it.